Hey guys, it's me. My name is Karima, and this channel is dedicated to me figuring out my life and how I do it, I guess. Every single step is going to be noted. And yeah, welcome. And if you already know me, then welcome back. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so if you're not familiar with it, because you're new, uh, I've been trying something out called the blank piece of paper method, and it's basically where I take my life resume of weaknesses, strengths, goals, aspirations, and experience and basically put it aside, completely forget about it, and start completely new by asking myself these questions. And they're also in the description, and there's a video if you'd like to watch it. I also recently added one, which I should edit, and we'll put in the description one and that you will be able to see and follow along, maybe start. And here are my results of, filling it out. I don't really have results yet. Right, here we go. So the first question is, where are you now? And I personally highly recommend writing it down on a piece of paper and using two different pens. So I use it on the piece of paper first because then all the creative juices are flowing. Everything that comes to mind, I just write down. It's a lot more fluent to me personally to write it down than type it out because typing is a hassle for me and I just don't like it. Um, and on that, I say two different pens because then you should have one good thing, like a color for me was red for the good things and black for the bad things, that like bad habits or, well, yeah, bad habits. Um, and like the first thing I wrote, it's generally anything that you can think of. It can be like walking and looking down at the road um, every single time, or not being able to maintain eye contact, which is definitely a me thing. Or like the first thing I wrote, I'm not kidding you, is shit handwriting. It can be anything that you can think of, as be as detailed as possible of where you are right now, because that is gives you so much perspective when you're lost, or well, in order to be lost, you have to know where you're going. So I don't know if I can say that anymore, but just figuring shit out, I guess. You need to figure out where you are. And this is kind of what I did. It was like 1.5 pages, and on my computer, it's probably worth 2.5 pages by now. Um, and yeah, so that's the first thing I did. It's honestly given me a lot of insight on where I am right now, and now I see all the reasons why to keep going. Like before, I didn't have any reasons. I'm kidding. Um, but yeah, and if you need extra motivation for this part, there was an extra question that I recently added thanks to someone else. Um, and they said it was look at what you're doing right now and see where that is leading you. Whereas whatever you're doing right now, what does your future life look like? And just guess. Make a best educated guess on that. It doesn't have to be right. And it has given me so much motivation because where I am right now is unemployed, in debt, and kind of just lost. It's not good. It's not looking good. And I would hate to keep going like this. And it's helped looking at where I would be like at 40 and doing the same thing. Not pleasant. So yeah, for me. Um, and then the next thing was where would I rather be, which helps. um, to add all three of those are kind of connected. Where would I rather be? I'd rather be in a house that I built, and I'd rather be, to be able to maintain eye contact and create speeches without the word in it. And I would just love to be in love with life. Like I would love to meet anyone and wish like see them as the best person in the world just by looking at them. And it would just be great to be in love with life. I have goals. When you get there. Right. And then there was who do I want to be, which is also very connected to everything. And some people might argue that who do I want to be is not important for when you're trying to figure shit out, but I think it is. Because sometimes when you realize or like you have these goals for things that you want, you don't realize how it changes you as a person. And if you lose touch with that, then you lose touch with the person that you rather be. You might become very narcissistic if you don't watch out for it. If you aren't aware that it's a possibility and what you could do to avoid that, you could be a horrible listener later on and just end up hearing people instead. And that's not really helpful. But if you don't care, then you don't care. And that's okay too. Um, and then after that, it was just how do I get there? And to be honest, that page is looking very blank. Um, how do I get where I want to be? And that has been research after research that I'm still figuring out, to be honest. And yeah, that's where the results are so far. And I'm looking at ways of doing freelancing, like remote positions, because a job I cannot really do. I don't have a vehicle for myself, and I live in a very interesting area where everything's too far away and costs a lot more than it should. So, yeah, fun. Um, so I need a remote position and I do freelance or I find someone that I actually can work with that I'm interested in. Not just for doing a job for the sake of making money because I'm still in the position where I get to decide that for now. And yeah, that's the update. If you're new again, welcome. And maybe tag along. If you have any advice, be welcome to share. I will always read your comments and who knows? We'll see how far I get next time.